What's up, family? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about 8 at the table. The topic today is orbiting in the friend zone and trying to identify what people's main goals for that. What's the purpose of being in the friend zone and getting some ideas about how to get out of it when you're trying to avoid that. So let's get started.
No. Like affirmatively, assertively, oftentimes aggressively, but like you will have no doubt that that man wants you. So on that end, I totally agree with you. But I also can appreciate the time that a man puts in to get to know you, to get to know your mama and them, to understand everything about you and understand you on the friend side, so that when he is, in a place to step to you, he's no longer insecure. He's no longer scared. He's 100% sure of what he wants to do. So that when he steps to you, you already his. It ain't no, well, maybe, he already knows in his mind when he steps to you that you're gonna be like, damn, yes, I ain't like you at first, but damn,
It's a very delicate dance you're talking about there. It's very delicate to get to know somebody and become their friend and then escalate that into being a lover. Because a lot of women, most women, see that friendly activity and automatically box you into the friend zone, and you ain't getting out of it. And you have to be clear on your intentions, because some women will interpret the fact of why you trying to be my friend. Don't you have ulterior motives? That may come up later on in the conversation. I don't know, but it's a very delicate dance, in my opinion. Yeah, it's great to get to know somebody, but you got to be careful, because if you're not clear on what you're trying to accomplish, what the end game is, then you're going to slide yourself right into it and not even know you did it.
You've been a real one, and it kind of makes you cute. You know what I'm saying? So hold on, but I think that it just depends on how you're, on what you like as a person. Do you want a man who friend zones himself? Because you essentially friend zone yourself, right?
I was already put in there.
Right. So,
yeah, I was put
there, but the thing is that some women like assertive men. So if you want someone who is assertive, you're gonna go. You're not gonna necessarily feel Oliver's approach. You know what I mean? But if you're someone who's perhaps a little bit more laid back, maybe a little bit, who doesn't necessarily like assertive men or aggressive men, you're gonna appreciate the friend approach. And I can actually appreciate that. Like, I haven't really dated that many men who were not my friends, to be very honest. Like, I don't really like strange men. Like, you gotta have some kind of connection to me. Like, you're like one of my best friends' friends, or, you've been around. Like, I somehow have to know you, but I actually never liked strange men. For the most part, I probably always talk to somebody who was semi in my circle or friend, or I had some relationship with beforehand.
But do you feel like, as a friend, that's also his job to be a friend? All these things he described, you're being a friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's your job to be a friend too. If we're friends, your job is to listen to me, to hold me down.
Was that for me or for all of you?
No, for I'm saying, I'm asking you, but I'm saying, do you feel like, as a friend, that's his job? Cause he make it seem like what he doing, like, it's almost like he gotta get paid for it.
See?
Your job is to be a friend.
He's not. I don't think he wants.
I think in a way you are, Oliver. I think you'll be like, oh, I did this, I did that. Your job, if I'm in the friend, okay, with both women, my job is to make sure she's good. I listen to her. So if I'm gonna be a friend to a man,
I see where you're going with this.
It's almost like, if you're my
trying to say if you're a friend,
yeah, why can't
just a friend.
Yeah,
like,
be a friend.
Okay,
right.
Fine.
Don't be. I'm annoyed.
It's like you're undercover friend.
Yeah,
is what you're saying.
I'm annoyed because I feel like you're expecting something out of this friendship.
Okay.
You're not really, at this point, I don't even think you're doing it for real. I don't even feel like you're being general with this shit.
I see.
Yeah, it's the backdoor approach, and most women see it that way. That you're trying to be my friend as a way to get sneak in from having to deal with me from the front end of dealing with the rejection of me not being into you necessarily, that kind of thing. So yeah, I can see that. And that's why it's very, very dangerous to play that game, because you don't want to be that guy that is always trying to be somebody's friend with the ulterior motive that I want to be your lover down the road. You kind of want to establish up front, I want to get to know you and all that, but I ain't trying to be your friend. I have intentions of getting with you and seeing where we go. But yeah, I recognize and appreciate the getting to know you part of the process, but I'm not looking to be your bosom buddy. I ain't looking to be your girlfriend. So you gotta lay that out.
Okay,
If
that's
you're
valid.
just doing it just like that, let's just say you really being a friend to me, and shit really did happen, and you wasn't really doing it for no purpose, then that's fire. But if you're doing it with a purpose, like, you know, I'm gonna do this for her, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna listen to this, that, and third, at this point, you're not being a friend, you're not even being genuine, so fuck all that.
All right, so I'm gonna say this, right? Because I'm more like the 5-month guy versus the 5-year guy, right?
That's what I meant.
And being that I'm the 5-month guy, not the 5-year guy, more often than not, I'm the one that's gonna do you filthy. I'm the one that's gonna leave you back to cry to that 5-year guy. And then the craziest thing is to me is that y'all then look at the 5-year guy as if he isn't of value for a chance. Like here's what I'm gonna say, right? Most successful or most happy marriages, I usually hear a similar term in every one of them. And that's my love, that's my best friend. You understand? So like that guy who's been your friend for 5, 6, 7 years while you giving scumbags a shot at you, and you haven't given the guy who's taking the time to know you, to me is crazy. Because at the end of the day, he's gonna treat you more delicately, 9 times out of 10, than the 5-month guy. You're talking about the type of friend that Danny was talking about, the one with an ulterior motive, the one that wants to just be your friend so then that way he can fuck you. We're not talking about that. We're talking about a person who is genuinely your friend, not because, yeah, you know he's a dirtbag and all of that, but you know how he would treat you. That's not what we're saying. Those are most likely the friend that has an ulterior motive, but a person who's just a good-hearted individual, a person who treats you right, a person who's there whenever you need them, physically, financially, emotionally, he's supporting you. A person that you bring to your parents, he's like, nah, we're not having sex. That's just my friend. But your parents love him. That's that person. So like what I'm saying is most women, and you know, I've heard this all my life because I had a friend that was that guy. He used to piss me off with this shit. I like this girl so much. She complains there's no nice guys in the world, and I ran in front of her face. And I used to be like, well, damn, it's really crazy how women be blinded by aggressiveness, assertiveness, and the crazy pursuit, but they don't value the work ethic of a person who's actually applying the necessary qualities of a husband. You understand? To be a husband, you have to be a friend. Yeah, you're right. So Oliver's applying a lot of physical traits or physical and emotional traits and qualities, and it's just being ignored for a guy.
It's not being ignored.
But isn't that a condition? Isn't that a conditional thing? Isn't that an upbringing thing? Because you're not, even as men growing up, we're not taught to be girls' friends. We're not taught that. We're not taught to approach a woman with the intent of being their friend. I didn't learn till I was well up in my age that for how the value of being a girl's friend in a relationship and the importance of having that bond. I didn't learn that till late in life. Maybe I'm slow, but at the end of the day, that's not what you're taught. You grow up, you find somebody you get along with, and you go ahead and become a husband and wife and have kids. Friendship ain't part of the conversation. And I think women are the same way. They're preconditioned to only respond to guys who are aggressive. They don't respond favorably to slow walkers. The 5-year guy is taking 5 years. He might get lucky in 5 years if she's still around and interested. If she ain't been married up to some dude she met that was aggressive. I mean, it's a gamble. You know, yeah, it's great to have someone who's your best friend, but like I said, it's hard to find women in this society, in this day and age, that have the patience to be slow walked. You know, and unfortunately, 5-year guys just don't get the shine they should get. They don't get the appreciation because that's not how society works. Is it wrong to be someone's friend before you become their lover? Can that be done and nurtured effectively without there being any issues? It's going to change it's going to require a lot of mindsets changing to accomplish that. It's not going to happen overnight. I mean, you're taking years of indoctrination and having authority to throw it out the window and say that, you know, being the friend is now the goal, and then you build upon that. I don't disagree that that's a great thing. You should, but I just feel like it's going to be very hard to pull that off, that kind of change, because most people don't think that way. You know, and again, most will automatically think that a guy trying to be her friend is just trying to fuck her. He's just trying to figure out a way to get around the possible rejection and being nice to her with an agenda. You know, and that's unfortunate because there are guys that genuinely want to get to know women, but they get frowned upon because no other guy or most other guys aren't doing that. So it's like you look like the anomaly. It's like, what's your angle? What's your game? And then it comes across the wrong way, and then you end up getting locked in the friend zone because it's like, oh, well, he wants to be a friend, and that's where you stay until she gets tired of you being there, and then maybe eventually the coins are lifted off her eyes, and she's able to see you for what you've been all this time, and then it's a fairy tale. But that's not how it really works sometimes.
What women do though? Women go for the one guy every day. How many times you
Is
walk
that
up-
all women or just you?
Most women, before they get to the good guy, they done fuck a few whack ass dudes that don't deserve the pussy. A lot of women fuck a lot of dudes that don't even deserve. The dude that gonna help you fix your credit, the dude that gonna make sure you good, the dude that gonna hit you in the hospital if you get hit. That's not the dude we wanna fuck. We wanna fuck the dude that's not gonna call us back, that gonna hit us every 3 other days. I've been that girl.
So I just wanted to close.
Yeah, but why is that? Let's have that conversation. Why do you want that kind of guy? What's the appeal? I mean, let's get beyond the obvious. It's exciting and spicy and all that kind of shit. Let's get down into it and figure out what's really driving that. Because that if you're saying that's a bad choice, that's the wrong kind of person. That's like knowing I know cocaine's bad, but I'm gonna still use it. I know cocaine could kill me, but I'm gonna still use it. So what's the appeal?
Said about it depends on who the person is, who you are as a person, what you would like in a man as far as courting, because you can appreciate someone like Oliver that takes the time to get to know you, your family, your interests, be your friend or whatever, or you can more appreciate the guy that comes in and gets you in 5 months and, with the assertive, I want to date you. I want to, be in a relationship with you. What I did want to say to Oliver, you did say that you were put in the friend zone. And when you're orbiting for 5 years, that's not you being put in the friend zone. You placed yourself in the friend zone because you did not go to that woman and say, like, I like you and I would potentially like to be in a relationship with you.
Yep.
She has no idea.
Facts.
Unless she did and felt like we're too much of a friends, that's when you're put in the friend zone. So there's a difference there. And I did also want to say to Rico, I know you went on about, how the 5-year guy is, usually the best option. But did we ever really stop to think about if 5 years is too long, if that guy got too deep into being your friend where there's just like no return? You're like definitely not thinking about him in that way because it's just been too long. Time has passed. You've already figured out what you want in a guy and you realize this is just your friend and he cannot be the guy that you need.
Yeah. Hovering too long will do just that. Because she will, if there was any attraction to you, she will outgrow it because then she'll start seeing you as a brother figure. And that's even worse because once they see you as a brother, you can forget it. So yeah, if that 5-year plan, I mean, on the flip side though, ideally you want someone who knows you inside and out, right? But I think it's a thin line. It's very hard to keep yourself actively being seen as someone with potential when you are focusing all your energy and effort in becoming someone's friend. Again, the average woman is not going to recognize that, well, maybe this guy likes me and that's why he's trying to be my friend without him saying it. It's one thing to say, this is my intention, and then you keep pushing for friend and keep working on the friendship. But every once in a while you remind her some way, hey, I'm still, that's different. But even then, 5 years is a long fucking time. It's a long time to be hovering around, waiting for a moment. It does give off the air of an ulterior motive. You're just hovering around, waiting for that moment to strike. Waiting for an opportunity to go in. And it's like, no, just own it. Just walk up and say, look, this is what I'm looking for. So I'm trying to see what you about. Let's go and let's give this thing a shot. 5 years, Jesus Christ. I don't know that I want to spend 5 years getting to know somebody that I had no intention of letting them know that I want to do more than be their friend. I mean, I would you have to know that. I would make that clear that these 5 years is not for me to be your friend. These 5 years, I'm pushing up every chance I get. But then you got to also recognize that if she's not receiving the push up, then what are you doing? No guy goes into a girl with the intention of being her friend. We land in the friend zone. That's my opinion. We don't set out with that goal.
Just say like this, right? Amanda said that, for example, is it possible you could have gone too far in the friend zone and now you can't get out? To me, that means that the woman is blind. Because if a guy has been showing and proving for 5 years and you can't see that, then you don't really deserve a person.
What if I'm not attracted to you?
No, like,
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta do
you
with
gotta
that too,
understand that. Like, I don't understand why you're taking away friend versus relationship. When in a relationship, you have to be a friend. The main ingredients outside of sex in a relationship is a fucking friend.
Yeah.
It's a person who listens to you.
Why you mad, though?
Because, bro, y'all not making sense. It's a person who listens to you, a person who cares about you, a person who's with you all around the board. He's your friend, but you're calling this person a friend. And the only thing that's separating a friend versus a relationship for y'all and y'all argument is sex.
So what was wrong
Why
with
y'all not
everything else?
chemistry? Why y'all don't got no chemistry?
So,
Yeah, what was
Yeah, you
wrong-
got to take account for all that. If you're not attracted to the person, I mean, I have female friends that I don't have any interest in physically, and I've been friends with them for years, and vice versa. Not everybody that's your friend is somebody you want to be with in a relationship. Some people are just great friends. We get along great, but we don't cross that threshold into relationship because either she's not interested or I'm not, or it's a mutual thing. We just don't see each other in that light. I don't know many women that nurture friendships with guys with the understanding that there may be a possibility down the road this guy might be interested in them. I think when you're in that friend zone situation, you fall off and then it becomes, oh well, I'm no longer interested. You know, when a girl starts talking about her exploits with other men, you know you can wrap it up. You can wrap it up because the likelihood of you getting with her is getting slimmer by the day, because even in a relationship where you're getting together with the intention of getting together, you wouldn't maybe have those kind of conversations about her exploits with other guys because she's dating you. She's seeing you. You might hear about past experiences, but that's normal. But you wouldn't hear about the current things. She would be calling you on the phone trying to figure out why guys are the way they are, why they treat me the way they treat me. Because knowing in your heart of hearts you want to be with her, but you can't say it because you don't have the cojones to say it. But you're going to listen to her cry about some other dude treating her wrong and be mad and upset with yourself because why can't she see me? I'm right here. She sees you, but she don't see you that way.
Wrong with everything else?
all right, so the last thing that you said is that you're not searching for him, and that's just not somebody that you're there for, right? Or that's just somebody that you're not interested in at all, right? That's cool. And my problem with that is, it's like, and I feel like I'm repeating the same thing as the last time. Why would you befriend somebody that you know is attracted to you, even though you're not attracted to him?
Or you find out.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You're stringing that person along. And you're stringing that person along, and I personally feel, going back to kind of what we spoke about before, my personal opinion is that women string guys in the friend zone along as a bailout option or the emergency dick plan. So it's like, okay, cool. I ran out of all my options. I had 5 or 10 fuck boys come in and couldn't get the job done. But I got Oliver here now that I'm 37, 38.
It's the afterthought.
I'm 37, 38, 40 years old, and I got Oliver I can fall back on, and I know he's gonna be there for me because he's been here the whole time.
Okay, so I think the difference.
Yeah, but you set yourself up for that. All respect to Oliver, but and there are guys out there that are comfortable being that third, fourth, 10th option, that are willing to sit back in the wings and wait. But it's a huge gamble. It's a huge gamble. What if she never comes your way? What if she never sees you as the third option or fourth option? What if she never sees you in that light? She will always be just that guy in the wings pining for her, and she may know you like her, but she don't like you. And sometimes that doesn't work out, where she goes through her options and still lands in your lap. It's like, oh, well, I still got this guy over here. Let me just go to him. So do you want somebody who settles for you? I would never want to be in a position where I'm going to be somebody's afterthought. I'm waiting around for you to get used up and go out here and get it and go through all these dudes to come back to me. That speaks more about my character than anything else. I'm not going to sit back and wait for you to figure shit out. You're lost. That's all there is to it. That's crazy. That's great. You setting yourself up to be someone's second, third choice. You're agreeing to be someone to be settled for. That's not good. Because as I said before, there's no guarantee you're gonna land with that. That chick's gonna decide to go with you. That's a huge gamble. Huge. Especially if she knows you like her. That's a huge gamble. And even though she has the back of her mind, yeah, I got Oliver. I'm just using Oliver as an example. But they got this guy in the back in the wings as a get out of jail free card. Is she ever going to cash that card in? You better hope.
Difference between what Rico is explaining and we're explaining is that guys who are, feeling that they're stuck in the friend zone don't express their feelings towards the girl that they want to possibly pursue. We are trying to say that, if that's your goal, express your feelings. Don't wait 5 years just being a friend thinking that you're going to get the spot that you want to get. Because
Exactly.
someone's going to come in, they're going, to tell you what they want. They're going to be assertive about it. And I feel like 8 times out of 10, that's who the female is going to go with.
Yeah, so I mean, long story short, it's always better to be honest and just deal with the rejection and face that music. Trying to do the 5-year plan, it's just too risky. And the odds are never in your favor. Because again, the one chick on here, the one woman, on here, Erin, she said she used to dating guys that are friends first. Or it's people that she knows or have some kind of acquaintanceship with. There ain't a lot of Erins running around. So good luck with that. There's more women out here that don't see that as an option. They don't see guys trying to be friendly as a way to subtly let them know they're interested. Most women have their guard up when a guy is trying to be friendly and hasn't expressed any interest. They are like, what's this dude's angle? What's going on? It doesn't make any sense. So it's always better to be aggressive. That's a lot's coming from me, who's someone who used to be very introverted and very shy. But I had to learn the hard way that you got to speak your piece. Because it's better to be told no up front than to sit around waiting for something to happen and get told no subtly. That's the worst pain, is being told no on the low. When you're sitting around waiting for something to happen, hoping, oh man, if I stick around long enough, heartbreaking disappointment, brothers. Don't do it. Don't do it. But anyway, thanks to the 8 at the table for the great topic and discussion. If you found this video helpful in any kind of way, drop a like at below, and also give me some comments about your thoughts about being in the friend zone, how to get out of it, ways you avoid it, or what's your thoughts about the 5-year plan, and do you think it's a viable plan? Have you had any experience with a 5-year plan, or any thoughts about the topic in general? Until next time, stay well. Peace.